with the SWAT team was naturally to keep the entire area safe and keep the negotiations fluid.
You guys think you can take this building? I'll make it into one story. Me, her, Scott, and anybody on the first 2 floors. And that's if I did do a good job. Come on! I'm ready for you! They grab money away from good dudes! The best! We give it to minorities just to fill a quota! No way! Sooner or later somebody's gonna stand up against that!
City University student James Gerald entered the English class here in the PAC building during this time, during the beginning.
Marianne, how do you know Suzanne Cassidy?
She's my roommate. We've been friends since grammar school.
Come on, cops! Come on! Do this! Try it! Right there! Yeah, that's what'll happen! Sick of this university! Sick of these classes! I can do this work better than anybody!
Has she had any previous encounters with this sniper?
Yes. He's been bothering her for a long time. He's been giving her flowers and following her around, and she was really scared of him. Like, about a week before, he gave her a note saying that if he couldn't have her, nobody could.
And did Suzanne ever report him to the authorities?
Yes. Her boyfriend and I actually called campus police, and we talked to people, and they said they couldn't do anything unless he proved himself to be violent.
He's a maniac. He took her by force, and he's got her up on the roof.
What is your name, sir?
Brian Lapino. I'm a boyfriend. He's been following her around for months now. We try to tell her a bunch of different things. He never listens. I've reported him to the campus police. They didn't do anything. His teachers, they didn't do anything.
I
threatened to beat him up myself.
Anything.
How long ago did you talk to him, Brian?
I don't know, a week, 2 weeks ago.
And did he indicate that he'd do anything like this?
You can't tell what he's going to do. He didn't say. He was always so quiet. You didn't know what he's going to do, but now he's going to do it. He's a maniac.
What type of student is Jimmy Gerald?
He's a very bright student, the brightest student I've ever had, well, at the university.
Why wasn't he given more help when he sought counseling?
Well, I had counseled with him, particularly about his tendency to turn within himself and not associate with other people. But there's a certain amount of eccentricity that goes with genius, and you learn to expect that. And nobody dreamed he was close to the edge.
Next thing you know, Jimmy came out the door and he had Professor Watson with him and Suzanne. He had Suzanne by the hair and he was screaming to us to stay down or he would kill us. And he killed Suzanne. He went to go to the door. I think it was a door that led up to the roof. It was some kind of utility closet. He opened it and he grabbed Suzanne and he grabbed Professor Watson. He pushed him through and he kept pointing the gun at all of us and just saying, stay down, or he'd kill us, and he killed Suzanne too. And he went through. That was it.
We're sitting on a phone down up to you. We'd like to talk with you. And what if I don't want to talk to you?
Professor, exactly why was the formula for constructing a bomb taught in a college physics course?
Well, we don't have a course in bomb making, but we do teach physical and chemical principles that a bright student can integrate into an explosive device.
he knows we're here.
All right.
He's getting ready to release a hostage.
Yeah,
He knows we're here already.
He called you in.
Okay, you ready?
The gunman's sniper activity ceased after police arrived on the scene. He appeared to be concentrating his efforts on negotiations with the police until a helicopter set off another burst of anger and gunfire.
How do you think your father will handle this situation?
I don't know. He had a heart attack last summer, and I love my dad. I just want him to come down. Just want him to get him down.
If you could tell the police something to give to your father right now, what would you have them say?
Just beg this guy that's got him to please let him down because he might not make it. He just has a very weak heart. He may not make it.
Jimmy! 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 What? Are we here? Why don't you set the guy down? And we got the camera here. We got the camera here. You gotta show us good faith. Let the man come down.
Get the grill in first.
My bosses won't let me do that. You gotta show good faith, then we'll let the camera come in. Deal with me, I'll deal with you.
All right, you know how this switch works, pal.
We know, everything's set. You set the guy down, we'll let the camera come in, take your picture.
Get any ideas about taking me out from that doorway?
Everything's okay, you're not gonna be hurt.
Should be an old man. Tell him to grab you.
Okay, he's on the floor.
You tell me when that crew gets there.
We will, it's here, just wait, just stand by.
Okay, he's out.
Right, Jimmy, back off. Back off into the hall and around the corner. Next.
Should we shield him?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time before today's events when he showed violent or obsessive tendencies?
He never actually showed violent tendencies, but he was very obsessive about his high school girlfriend, Kathy. It was a very similar situation to this, although, of course, it didn't go this far.
Has he ever mentioned Suzanne to you?
Has he ever mentioned her to me? Of course he has. Suzanne is practically all he talks about. He can't talk about anything else.
Did the sniper ever seek professional counseling?
Yes, as a matter of fact, he did, but only after I insisted that he get it.
Jimmy, can you see the cameraman?
You know how these work? And you know what they can do.
What do you know about the bomb that he has around his waist?
The bomb that he has around his waist, I believe he was able to construct that bomb from information that he was able to derive out of his physics class. He's been spending a lot of long hours in the physics lab after class, and I believe that he was able to determine the formula.
Made it, and I'm real proud of it. And you know what else you can make? Well, information's in the library. Doesn't take much of a physics student to know what to do. Get a real good look at it. You ballistics guys will know what it can do. You, get out! You, behind the shield, out! Now! Move it! Get out!
Sergeant Guggenheim, can you tell us what is going on at this point?
Yes, ma'am. Negotiations are ongoing with the subject on the roof. We have sent him a hostage telephone to talk to us via telephone, and he has given us a couple of things that he has problems with.
The gunman is pretty agitated. He's pretty excited, and he's being pretty rough with Suzanne, but he hasn't hurt her yet.
Is she maintaining some composure up there?
Yeah, as much as she can. He's grabbing her by the hair and pulling her around. But no, I think she's okay.
At this point, the situation seems to be quite diffused, as there have been no gunshots from the roof for quite some time. The police negotiators are continuing to have talks with the gunman, and they expect that those talks will go on for quite some time. This is Noelle O'Segan reporting from City University campus.
Stay back. Stay back. All right, hold it right back here. Everybody stay back.
Excuse me, could you back up, please?
Back up.
Gerald's going here anyway. No, Suzanne, were you able to separate yourself from Jimmy Gerald?
How well did you know him?
Do you have any idea where he is right now? Do the police have him? Suzanne, where are you going from here? I'm going home. Suzanne, have you been injured at all by Jimmy Gerald?
Watch the police vehicle. Step back, please.
How is it that you all were actually able to finally apprehend Mr. Gerald?
Well, you have to understand that negotiations is a fine art, and the New Orleans Police Department's SWAT team has been unbelievably successful in many types of negotiations. What it is, you have to realize, number one, time is on our side, and number two, you have to bargain with the man. There are certain demands he wants. You have to keep him calm, keep his fears. As many of you know, 2 students were shot in the melee that began when he got on the rooftop. The device, I think it's very important, too, that I let everyone know right now that the device is being checked out by our bomb squad technicians. We do not know at this time whether it is an active bomb or not.
Can you give us an idea of what took place up there?
Oh, man.
At the beginning of the class, he reached into a gym bag, he pulled out an M16, he grabbed Suzanne Cassidy, a student who was sitting alongside of him as a hostage. Also, he took into custody Professor Cressup Wilson, who's the English teacher of the class that they were attending at the time. The suspect then brought both hostages up to the rooftop of the PAC building, and then the drama unfolded. What happened during that point is SWAT team was naturally called in, and our negotiators over a 10-hour period negotiated the successful release of Professor Watson and also Miss Cassidy.
The police say that Gerald will be taken to the city jail, where he will be booked on charges of attempted murder and kidnapping. The district attorney's office says that a grand jury could be convened as soon as 2 weeks from now to take up the case. This is Noelle O'Segan reporting from City University campus.
I'd like to now introduce Chancellor O'Neill.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The past 10 hours have been the darkest in the history of City University. We think of ourselves as an institution that emphasizes help and growth for students. Suddenly, we have found ourselves, though, seemingly helpless, unable to stop the tragedy that took place here today. My heart goes out to the 2 students who were so tragically wounded today during this terrible siege, and to their families. I want to take a moment to thank the courageous efforts of the City Police, SWAT unit, in bringing this tragedy to a close. I also want to thank our own campus security personnel for their tireless work today, as well as the dozens of emergency and rescue personnel, both professionals and volunteers, who moved swiftly to help the wounded and prevent further tragedy. I also want to express my pride in the way that our students, faculty, and staff of City University handled themselves during this terrible crisis. I especially want to thank Professor Christoph Watson and Suzanne Cassidy, who displayed so much strength and courage throughout this ordeal. That's my formal statement.
It seems that James Gerald, according to our negotiators, has been very despondent over losing a grant with his tuition. He was also infatuated, apparently, with Miss Cassidy, and she shunned his attention on many times.
I have time for a few questions.
What is the condition of the wounded student?
David Johnson underwent surgery this morning and is still in intensive care. His condition is being reported to us as critical. We've been in touch with his family members. With regard to Jenny Smith, she's in good condition at City Hospital. Doctors say she should be able to be home in a few days.
Thank you very much.